On April 20th, prices for West Texas Intermediate, or WTI crude, the key benchmark for the United States, fell into negative territory for the first time ever. The market closed at negative $37 per barrel. This happened because traders of futures contracts came to the end of the month when the contract expires and couldn't find a buyer for their contracts and also couldn't locate storage capacity to take physical delivery of the crude oil. Negative pricing means that the holders of these contracts actually have to pay others to take over their positions in the delivery of crude oil. Since the onset of the coronavirus-induced economic downturn, many oil analysts and policy experts, including us, saw a rapid price drop on the horizon as a result of cratering demand. But a price drop of this magnitude was a stunning turn of events. The U.S. oil sector is not out of the woods yet either. The June and July WTI contracts were down 50%. Without a resumption in demand, more oil producers will simply be forced to make steep cuts in production and to keep more oil in the ground. So far, Brent, the key global crude benchmark, is still in positive territory, but prices are down to around $20 a barrel. As global storage capacity continues to fill, Brent futures contracts could see significant downward price pressure as well.
With storage running out, many oil producers will simply have to leave more oil in the ground. Already we've seen many companies cut back on their capital expenditure programs, some starting to cut back on production, lay off workers, and many more bankruptcies will happen in the next several quarters. The economic crisis has been particularly acute in the United States, where prices have declined so rapidly that many U.S. producing states will expect to see an increase in unemployment, a sharp drop in oil-derived state revenue, and economic ripple effects for related industries. But this is a global crisis. Many oil-producing countries around the world are in real trouble. Should this price downturn last for several cycles, many of the OPEC-producing economies could slip into economic crisis. Emergency measures are underway in many of these countries, but many more will have to reach out to the IMF and other lenders for additional support. In the United States, President Trump has asked the Department of Treasury and the Department of Energy to find ways to support the U.S. oil and gas industry, but their option set appears very limited in the face of such a dramatic economic downturn. The steep price downturn is likely to persist until the COVID-19 pandemic recedes and oil demand starts to rebound, and that could be quite some time.